I invite you to be seated. Grace and peace to you on this day of endings and new beginnings. Today's invocation is offered recognizing the many and various ways through which we as students, faculty, staff, alumni, and guests of the college journey through this world finding meaning in life. Whether our journey seeks purpose in exploring the mystery of God, in the wonder of creation, in the elegance of science or art, in service with the neighbor and justice making for all people, or in the critical inquiry and tenacious engagement of our liberal arts enterprise. No matter your journey, I invite you to open your hearts with me on this day. In our gathering, O gracious one, you are present. As graduates walk across this platform this day, we celebrate your presence in their lives through the love and support of parents, siblings, family, dear friends, professors, coaches, mentors, spiritual guides, and other sages of life's journey. We are grateful for these who have made this moment possible. In our celebration, we remember those who have gone before us. Illumined by your vision, O Radiant One, countless have sacrificed and labored long for this college to remain true to its calling to serve as neighbor and work for abiding peace. Thank you for their witness that inspires and compels us to share in this charge to shape a just society. In our thanksgiving, we forthrightly recognize that there is much amiss in our world in need of healing. Agitated by your prophetic word, O righteous one, stir us all to listen to and to act alongside those who have been silenced by systems of privilege and structures of oppression. Work in us your ways that scatter the proud and lift up the lowly, so that together we may bring about equity, reconciliation, and peace. In our persistent hope, we send forth these graduates to be agents of change and ambassadors of mercy. Empower them, O Holy One, to go forth from this place with wisdom, good courage, and a sense of your presence at work through them as they journey. This is our fervent prayer. Amen.
Good morning. Welcome. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the first of two commencement ceremonies that will be held on this day in Augsburg's 147th year. This morning, we celebrate the accomplishments of 393 graduating seniors in the undergraduate day program. This afternoon, we celebrate 350 students in our adult undergraduate and graduate programs. To all the family and friends of our graduates, I extend a special welcome. I also welcome members of the faculty, members of the Augsburg College Board of Regents, and the faculty emeriti who are with us this morning. Thank you all for joining us for what is not only a milestone event in the life of each graduating student, but one of the most important annual events in the life of the college. It is a commencement tradition to recognize those retiring faculty members who, after many years of dedicated service to our students in the college, are joining the ranks of our faculty emeriti. This year, we honor 3 faculty. Ronald Feedy, Associate Professor of Chemistry. Fekri Mizu, Associate Professor of Business Administration. And Vicki Olson, Professor of Education. Each has been approved by our Board of Regents for Faculty Emeritus status, an honor that confers special privileges in recognition of substantial contributions to the college. Let's take a minute to recognize the outstanding service of these faculty members and to congratulate them on the honor of being named Faculty Emeriti. Today's ceremony focuses on the theme of responsible leaders, one of 4 key educational outcomes highlighted in the Augsburg College mission statement. An Augsburg education challenges each student to become a responsible leader, someone who actively engages others in the work of creating solutions to problems without simple or easy answers. Guided by Augsburg faculty, staff, and community partners, our students develop, both in and out of the classroom, capacities required of responsible leaders, qualities such as courage, integrity, and humility. They connect theory and practice in ways that prepare them to be citizens in a pluralistic democracy with the skills necessary to pursue the work of our time in our neighborhoods, our communities, our region, and the world. Today's commencement speaker, honorary degree recipient, and representative of the class of 2016 will echo this theme in their remarks. It is now my pleasure to invite President Paul Pribenow to the podium.
I'd like to add my warm welcome to all of you gathered here today on this proud occasion. It is one of the great joys of my role as president to participate in the various moments in the life of the college wherein we honor and celebrate the accomplishments of our students. You are, of course, the reason we have existed for 147 years, and we are so proud of all of you and very pleased that so many of your family and friends are with us this morning. We're doing 2 in 1 day, all right. The Marina Christensen Justice Award is given to one member of the senior class whose actions, commitments, and future aspirations most profoundly exemplify Augsburg's motto, education for service. During his or her time at Augsburg, the student must have demonstrated a dedication to the kind of community involvement characterized by the personal and professional life of Marina Christensen Justice, who courageously and effectively reached out to disadvantaged peoples and communities. It is my pleasure to present the Marina Christensen Justice Award, and I ask this year's recipient, Nora Barr, to step forward as I read about the award and her accomplishments. Nora has been deeply engaged with the community as a steadfast advocate for youth, the environment, and social justice issues, as well as a devoted volunteer every semester that she's been here at Augsburg. For 2 years, Nora served as the chapter leader for Eye to Eye at the Cedar Riverside Community School and Groves Academy. Eye to Eye matches college and high school students with children with special needs, engaging them in art-based after-school programs to promote socio-emotional growth. Nora has been a mentor on the leadership development team member at Peace Academy, a sober high school in Minneapolis, and a regular speaker for community groups on recovery issues through Augsburg's Step Up program. She combined her youth advocacy efforts with her passion for the environment this semester as a public achievement coach at Maxfield School in St. Paul, working with elementary school children on understanding and creating solutions to environmental issues. Her other environmental work this semester included an internship with the National Organic Consumers Association, coordinating community sustainability projects and researching regenerative agriculture and climate change. She brought this commitment to the college as a vocal member of the Environmental Action Committee. Nora is currently a Christensen Scholar and past winner of the Augsburg Student Leader for Community Service Award and the Torstenson Scholarship for Urban Affairs. After graduation, Nora will be addressing health disparities and food insecurity in our surrounding neighborhood as an AmeriCorps Vista volunteer with the Augsburg Campus Kitchen and Health Commons. Nora is a peacemaker, a relationship builder. She speaks with passion and wit. She advocates with humility and humor. She embodies the life and values of Marina Christensen Justice. Please join me in honoring Nora Barr as the 2016 Marina Christensen Barr Award recipient.
President Pribenow, I am now pleased to introduce Patrice Solmeri, Director of Augsburg College's Step Up program, who will present candidate Michael Botticelli, Director of National Drug Control Policy, for the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters. Director Botticelli has been recommended for this honor by the faculty and approved by the Board of Regents. Michael, I invite you to join me center stage.
Michael Botticelli, as a leader for the recovery community and tireless advocate for individuals in recovery, you are a living example of Augsburg's commitment to responsible leadership. You have been a public servant at the state and national level, have advanced our understanding of substance use disorders as a public health challenge, have sought to change the language we use about these disorders and to influence the public policies designed to prevent and treat them. You began your career in public service in 1994 when you joined the Massachusetts State Department of Public Health. During your service as director of the Bureau of Substance Abuse Services, you helped communities think differently about how to support and treat substance use disorders. You encouraged the development of a recovery high school in Boston. You worked with local police department to equip officers with overdose reversal drugs. You advocated for the new Good Samaritan laws that remove the threat of drug arrest when an individual calls 911 to report an overdose. And you helped expand substance use treatment at community centers. Your innovative work in Massachusetts did not go unnoticed, and you were called to join the White House Office of National Drug Control Policy as Deputy Director in 2012. In 2014, you were nominated by President Obama to serve as director, and in a feat rarely seen in Washington, you were confirmed unanimously by the Senate. You have not been afraid to draw with courage upon your own experience in leading this critical national conversation. You are not only the first person with a public health background, but you are also the first person in recovery to hold the position of director. You understand that the journey to sobriety is challenging, but that with the support and encouragement of a caring community, one can break through the isolation of addiction. You speak about your own experience and encourage others to do the same, because doing so helps overcome the deep-seated shame and stigma often associated with substance use disorders. The stigma of abuse creates a barrier not only for individuals seeking treatment, but also for good and just public policy. Yet you have been careful to note that your path to recovery is your own, and that policies need to be based on the best data and the best science. You have said that we cannot arrest and incarcerate addiction out of people, calling the old approach inhumane and ineffective. You have reminded us that addiction is not a moral failing, but a disease that requires a systemic public health and treatment approach. You have challenged widely held notions about substance use disorders by helping us see that with no other disease do we wait until an individual has reached a level of acute suffering before offering treatment. You believe that we must shift responsibility for diagnosis, treatment, and recovery from the individuals to the system, in doctors' offices, in pharmacies, and in our courts. If we don't, we fail those who are suffering. And you have highlighted why we should be optimistic. You have observed that we, in the midst of a growing and unstoppable recovery movement, led by individuals who refuse to live in the shadows, and who, like you, see possibility and opportunity on the other side of substance use. Michael Botticelli, you have worked to reduce the stigma and shame associated with substance use disorders and served as a leader in the national effort to improve care for individuals suffering from this disease. You have sought to use evidence to inform public policy and to tell a different story about substance use disorders that focuses on the hope of recovery rather than the shame and stigma of the disease. You have said that being honest and open about who we are sets us free. We are grateful for your honesty and openness as a responsible leader and for the freedom it creates for our communities. Therefore, Mr. President, I am honored to present Michael Botticelli as a candidate for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
Mr. Botticelli, as we celebrate Augsburg's abiding commitment to responsible leadership, we honor your dedicated service in working to change the way we talk about and treat substance use disorders. Your leadership on the local, national, and global stages inspires our students to work toward comprehensive, humane solutions to challenges that might otherwise seem intractable. By the authority granted to me by the Board of Regents of Augsburg College, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa and express my gratitude for your wholehearted embrace of the promises of a global liberal arts education. Congratulations. It's now my great privilege to present to you our commencement speaker, Director Michael Botticelli.
I was doing okay until a couple minutes ago. Good morning, everybody, and congratulations to the class of 2016. President Pribenow, thank you for inviting me to Augsburg College, and for doing it in late April as opposed to December or January. To the Board of Regents, faculty, staff, family members and graduates, and the entire Augsburg community for making today possible, I thank you. To the class of 2016, you're almost no longer college students, but you'll be graduates soon, and you can proudly say that you went to Augsburg College, whose graduates include state and federal legislators, award-winning authors, pro athletes, health and education leaders, and a Nobel Prize-winning chemist, among others. As President Pribenow said, I am President Obama's Director of National Drug Control Policy, and I lead efforts to establish and carry out our country's drug policies. But before working in government, I spent my early professional career working in college administration, so I know what it's taken to get here. You have put in 4 years' worth, maybe some of you put in more, of hard work, dedication, and more late nights than you probably care to remember. And this moment is just that, a moment. It will be over before you know it. You will be packing up your memories of the last 4 years, mentally filing everything you've learned, and beginning your next great adventure. It's a tremendously exciting time, but it also can be a scary one. Some of you may already have jobs lined up, some of you may be on the way to graduate school, and some of you may be still figuring out what to do at your parents' house. No matter what your situation is, it's okay to feel afraid. Everybody goes through it. No matter how much you've already figured out about what your life will bring, be open, because we never know what's going to happen next. If you don't believe me, just ask George Washington. As fate would have it, he began a new adventure on April 30th. His adventure, however, took place 227 years ago when he was inaugurated as the first president of the United States. And he was terrified about starting this new job. In his inaugural address, he made it very clear that he walked on untrodden ground. He said that being summoned to take on this challenge of literally defining what the presidency of a democracy was about filled him with great anxiety than any other event in his life. Keep in mind that this man who led the Continental Army against the British in the Revolutionary War, the man who crossed the Delaware in the Battle of Trenton, and the man who showed the colonists that victory was possible and led them to it. No matter what he accomplished in the past, he was still nervous about the future. Happens to all of us. The first time I walked into the White House, I felt just about as nervous as George Washington. And it was even more pronounced the first time I sat in the Oval Office for a meeting with the President of the United States. It was a bit intimidating, to say the least. It didn't matter that I had been doing this work for over 20 years, that I was nominated by the President, and that I was unanimously confirmed by the United States Senate. But the lessons to take from this is that it's okay to be nervous and afraid, because this means that you're challenging yourself, you're taking on a new path, that you're growing as a person. We cannot let our fear prevent us from taking chances, taking on new challenges. You have to walk through your fear with the knowledge that 99.999% of the things that we fear will never, ever happen. The president, I'm not supposed to talk about politics, but it's a good lesson to be learning right now. The president periodically hands out quotes and phrases to his staff, and there is one that I keep on my desk that I read every day. It says, everything we do must be infused with the sense of possibility, that we are not scared of the future. As Thomas Edison said, if we did the things we are capable of, we would astound ourselves. And what lies ahead of you, beginning your career, continuing school, traveling, maybe getting married and having kids, all of this is untrodden ground for you. So you will be nervous. But you can rely on what you learned here at Augsburg, your judgment, and your friends to help guide you on this journey. The last part is really important. You all know that college, the tests, the papers, and the grades matter, but so do the people. You are part of a community. That means you are engaged, you are thoughtful, you think critically, and you are responsible leaders. You are part of something larger than yourself. As I've walked around campus, it is clear that this is a special community. It's welcoming, it's supportive, it's diverse. President Obama believes that America is a nation of second chances, and this belief guides our national policies. Augsburg believes in second chances too. Just look at the Step Up Recovery Program, which is helping people in recovery move toward a full and fulfilling life. I often say that people's past should not prevent them from having a future, and I think that's right in line with the philosophy of Augsburg. Helping people make the most of their second chance is critically important because as a society, we let one thing define a person, a single story about their lives that could be based on something they say or do or what they look like. That's how stereotypes form, and it's also how misconceptions form. In my work, I've seen this too many times, and as a person living in recovery, I've experienced myself. People with substance use disorders get labeled as addicts, junkies, or worse, and people stigmatize them as a result. But addiction is a disease of the brain, and people can get treatment, and they can reach and sustain recovery. There are 24 people in recovery graduating today who have proved that they are much more than their disease. Nora, I want to give you a special shout out for your award because you are emblematic of what's best about recovery, of knowing that our recovery is contingent on the fact that we need to give it away to keep it, and that public service is a part and parcel of recovery. So thank you for shining a light on what recovery is all about. As classmates and friends, I'm sure you've seen it firsthand. We are each a collection of traits and qualities and experiences. We are all unique characters, and we cannot be defined by one word or one trait or one label. So as you move forward in life, I want you to remember this. You're graduating today, but soon you'll be advancing in your careers. And one day, maybe soon, you will likely be a boss or in a position where you can help make decisions about who we hire and who we are, about defining the culture of our communities. David Brooks, the New York Times columnist, has written extensively on the role that character plays. In one piece he wrote called The Employer's Creed, he challenges employers to hire, to help develop, and encourage employees who are not perfect on paper and who don't perfectly conform to what we've come to expect of competitive college graduates. This resonates with me because it applies to a lot of people our office tries to help, and quite honestly, it applies to me. He said, rather than hiring people who look perfect on paper, hire those who don't present a neat, linear narrative of their life, that they took a detour that makes no sense for their career or their social standing. He also wrote that we should reward those who have come by way of sorrow, the people who have been through rough times and setbacks, yet who have recovered. There are people whose character is not a function of what they've learned. You want real human beings who have learned the lessons that only real suffering can bring. It is in no one's best interest that we just hire, and I quote, achievement drones who can perform specific tasks. Instead, we need people who can grow because they have grown, people with rich, full, and compassionate personalities. Maybe they don't interview well. Maybe they're nervous, like you might be today, and I still am today. So keep an open mind. Listen to their stories. Lead with your heart. Welcome them in. And carry the Augsburg mission and sense of community with you wherever you go in life. Mark Twain said, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the things that you did. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream. In your time at Augsburg, you've learned the skills, the knowledge to make positive change in your community and the world. And when you face a challenge, I know you will succeed because you have the entire Augsburg community in your corner. And if you're nervous, maybe it just maybe means that you're on the right path. Congratulations again, and enjoy your day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael, for your honesty and your courage, for sharing this day with us, and for sharing your courage of your life with us as well. It is now my pleasure to present the Augsburg Jazz Instrumental Vocal Ensemble, directed by David Mantini.
When Israel was in Egypt's land, let my people go. Oppressed so hard they could not stand, let my people go. And the Lord said, go down, Moses, way down in Egypt's land. Tell old Pharaoh to let my people go. Moses went to Egypt's land, let my people go. He made old Pharaoh understand, let my people go. Yes, the Lord said, go down, Moses, way down in Egypt's land. Tell old Pharaoh Thus spoke the Lord, bold Moses said, let my people go. If not, I'll smite your firstborn dead. Let my people go. And the Lord said, go down, Moses, way down in Egypt's land. Tell old Pharaoh to let my people go. He said, go down, Moses, way down in Egypt's land. Tell old Pharaoh, let my people, let my people go.
Is this working? Okay. Wow. Thank you so much for that fabulous performance and contribution to today's program. I am now pleased to introduce Keisha Barnard, who is representing this year's graduates as student commencement speaker. Keisha is receiving a degree in sociology with a minor in international relations, graduating summa cum laude with departmental honors in sociology. In 2013, she was selected for the prestigious Kemper Scholars Program. She was one of only 16 students nationwide to receive that honor. Please welcome Keisha Barnard as the representative of the class 2016.
Thank you, Provost Kaivola. President Pripenow, Provost Kaivola, regents, honored guests, faculty and staff, family and friends, fellow graduates, and my roommate of 4 years, Ashley Pepper. Earlier this spring, I stood outside a tiny room with some of my Augsburg classmates. We were anxious. Once we opened the door and entered the room, we knew that we would need to work together to solve a significant problem. We had worked together before, but never had we faced a challenge like this. We would need to think hard, react quickly, and lead effectively in order for us to achieve our goal. That experience would teach me an important lesson about what responsible leadership means in practice. We timidly entered this tiny room and immediately panicked. Everyone went their separate ways, and after exactly 5 minutes of the scrambling, we heard a loud buzz. I abruptly looked over my shoulder toward the source of this noise and laid my eyes upon a terrifying, threatening zombie standing at the front of the room. Now, you might think that a zombie has very little to do with responsible leadership, the theme of today's commencement, but I'm here to tell you otherwise. For the past 3 years, I've committed a lot of my time to Students for Racial Justice, better known as on our campus as SRJ. Our group's mission is to use peer-to-peer facilitation to educate Augsburg's student body on the topics of race, racism, and white privilege. This was the group I was forced to face the zombie with. Before entering the room, we were told that the zombie was attached to a chain and that it would extend every 5 minutes. So our goal was to search for the appropriate clues to escape the room before the zombie's chain became long enough to eventually touch us and therefore turn us into zombies. Needless to say, we were freaking out, at least I was. So we were told to communicate, but I was too entranced by the fact that I was about to enter a room with a zombie to keep that in mind, and that concerned me. You see, I thought as chair of SRJ that I should be the one to take lead of the situation and coordinate our response, telling people what to do, because that's what a leader of an organization is supposed to do. I was initially too terrified of the zombie and too busy freaking out in the corner of the room to be of any help. Other core members, however, took the initiative to potentially sacrifice their lives by digging in the closets and the cupboards right next to the zombie to find clues. So from my safe corner, I recognized that my formal leadership position as chair for SRJ wasn't needed in this situation. So instead, I spent the rest of the time what I seemed to do best and what I was capable of doing in that moment, distracting the zombie. That was an important lesson for me, and it informs how I view responsible leadership. Part of being a responsible leader is recognizing when your skills are needed, and when they're not. Just because I held the position of chair while running SRJ's meetings and organizing our events did not mean that I was going to hold the same position while being trapped in a room with the zombie. The two contexts were completely different, though perhaps some of you have been a part of meetings that were not so different and had their respective zombies in the room. But in order to achieve our goal of escaping, I had to adjust my skill set and step aside to let others coordinate our response. Another important lesson that I learned was that the team needed to be attentive to one another's needs. As you could imagine, I quickly became tired of yelling and clapping and jumping and shouting to distract the zombie. My peers noticed how tired and bored I quickly became as I wasn't able to participate in any of the clue-finding fun. So they relieved me of this duty, and we eventually rotated roles as some tasks drained a lot of energy and some tasks required careful concentration. We had to ensure that everyone stayed on task, didn't get too bored or tired, and stay safe throughout the ordeal. We needed to support one another. This suggests to me that responsible leadership is not about doing everything yourself. It's about uplifting others around you to achieve the same goal. Responsible leadership should not be competitive or combative, as it is easier and more powerful to achieve a goal through collaboration. So with a little more than 3 minutes left, all 12 of us managed to escape. And now you should all be impressed because the survival rate of this activity is a mere 29%. Though being trapped in a room with the zombie taught me a lot about how to lead and follow effectively, my final point about responsible leadership is unfortunately unrelated to zombies. However, it is arguably the most important point. Like many of you, I have spent the last several years in a variety of institutions where I have been taught and socialized to believe that the information I am presented with is the truth and, in fact, completely neutral. Too often have we been encouraged to say neutral in conflicting situations. However, neutrality does not exist. Instead, neutrality is simply a way to hide one's choice in following the crowd of dominance, which often includes oppression. Responsible leadership requires individuals to think critically about the information we absorb in order to reject this neutrality, as it is our obligation to interrupt all systems of oppression, injustice, inequality whenever it happens. Rejecting neutrality does not always have to occur in overt ways, and I'd like to turn to examples from fellow students and faculty at Augsburg to show you what this might look like. Rob Harper interrupts systems of oppression by turning to Snapchat and Facebook to speak out about issues of racism he encounters at his internship and elsewhere. Nora Barr works towards equity through volunteering at Maxfields Elementary to teach kids about sustainable gardening. And I wrote this before I found out you won the award, so you got a shout out before. Karina Hennis rejects neutrality through her research of the media's inaccurate depiction of rampage shooters. Profesora Riveros chose to challenge neutrality by deliberately stopping class to discuss the shooting of Jamar Clark. Professor James Vella McConnell encourages his students to reject oppressive systems by assigning readings that reveals the erasure of women scholars and scholars of color throughout the discipline of sociology. Though the folks I mentioned are wonderful examples of responsible leadership, this list of Augies is not exhaustive. As students who are soon to continue our leadership, we are expanding our ability to influence others. As we come into contact with organizations, communities, schools, and other institutions, we need to remind ourselves to continue to use whatever opportunity we can to think critically about a situation, challenge conceptions, and actively disrupt systems which perpetuate oppressions or inequality. Whether you're trying to escape from a room with a zombie that is trying to kill you, or you're interrupting microaggressions in the workplace, or you're designing a new building for a campus to directly address accessibility needs and environmental sustainability, we need to be mindful of the ways in which responsible leadership requires us to first be attentive to which of our skills are needed and recognize when to let others lead. Second, lift up those around us who are working to achieve the same goal. And third, reject and act against any systems of oppressions we may encounter. Thank you.
Thank you, Keisha, for those inspiring words and for being such a fabulous representative of Augies who are graduating this year. We now move to the conferring of degrees. Dr. Amy Gort, Dean of Arts and Sciences, will present the candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Music, and Bachelor of Science. Each candidate will cross the platform in front of the stage to be greeted by Dr. Paul Mueller, Chair of the Augsburg College Board of Regents, and President Paul Pribenow. Please hold your applause until the final candidate has crossed the stage so that the names of all graduating seniors can be heard.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of Augsburg College, upon whose recommendation these degrees are granted, and in their name, it is my privilege to present the candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Music, and Bachelor of Science. Candidates, please come forward as directed by marshals. I will announce the names of the members of the class as they come to the platform. After reading the names of the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees, 3 kinds of honors may be announced. First, Latin honors. These honors are based on cumulative grade point average. Additionally, in order to graduate summa cum laude, students must successfully complete an in-depth oral examination. Candidates for Latin honors wear gray cords around their necks. They wear cords around their necks in the school colors, maroon and gray. Second, graduates who have completed the college's honors program curriculum will be designated honors program graduates, and these honors scholars wear gold cords around their necks. And finally, students who have completed special curricular requirements with a high average in their disciplinary area of study will be noted as having received departmental honors. Christopher John Wallace, cum laude, departmental honors in music. Wesley Thomas Miller. Destiny R. Henn, magna cum laude, honors program. Alexandra Bergevin. Ashley Pepper, cum laude, honors program. Lobar Tursunova. Meifa Belgul. Nuchari Ong. Jamilka Annabelle Leon, cum laude, Psi Chi. Erickson F. Say. Gregory Wendell Mitchell. Robert Davon Tyrone Harper. Mark James Taylor. Anna Rogers Hun. Pahua Zhang. Ikram Haji Dawud. Peng Nia Vang. Amal Youssef Hassan Warsami, cum laude. Samira H. Jama. Jasmine Abdelhamid Etawili, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Biology. Asma Abdi Ibrahim. Callie Jo Kovalenko, cum laude. Tenzin Yeshi Paicheng. Kong Fu Win. Hua Yang. Naiwang Vang. Kendall T. Vu. Gregory Lagorce Kramer. Ang Tao, cum laude. Janet Pitsaman. Jenny Kamsavoravong. Bao Zhang. Chua Chang, new honors program. Mai Kia Tao. Malia Lee Tao. Molly Tao. Catherine Yang. Anita Villavong Tongti. Suline Pat, cum laude. Esteban J. Perez Gallegos. Amin Buta. Kimberly Ann Chisholm, cum laude. Gilbert Tamfu Saminju. Angela Paola Hernandez. Natasha Bailey. Jane Shibuzu Koliosho, magna cum laude. Ashley Johnson. Vanessa Elias Makundi, magna cum laude. Elfrida Rambo. Eleni Atenefe Bieni, cum laude honors program. Blanca Fernanda Seas Bautista. Brenda L. Alonso. Sylvia Carolina Mendez Ortiz. Luisa Yanil Almanzar, cum laude. Ali Kanan, summa cum laude. Michael Cantor, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Exercise Science. Nicholas Joseph Brundy. Bryson Blaze Vasey, magna cum laude. Zachary J. Swingen, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors in Chemistry. Alan Mendina Gonzalez, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Chemistry. Mackenzie Matthew Kittleson. Robert Walter Rose, cum laude. Leah Ann Dierberger. Eric J. Alfuth. Quentin Kimball Tradeup. Bryce John Nelson. Cherish Almarie Kovac, magna cum laude. Dustin Michael Stan Park, summa cum laude. Brock Luther Bender. William Charles Freeman, cum laude honors program. Cyrus Burchard. Stuart Thomas White, cum laude. Elora Curry. Kyle R. Javelin. Alessandro Daniel del Castillo, cum laude. Chase Greaves, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Chemistry. Antonio Kuate Gerlarza. Chair Cheng. Leighton Walpa Naula. Osiris A. Contreras Hernandez. Joaquin Vences. Oscar Martinez Armenta, cum laude, honors program. Ashley Maldonado Irasoke. Samuel Hall Graves, cum laude. Tracy Adrina Markatoma. Emil Eldo, honors program. Malia Marie Otterson. John M. Huffman. Elizabeth Leanne Johnson, summa cum laude. Miriam Vildama Lopez. Paige Dominic Oman. Tyler J. Marcel. Brian Bosak. Ashley Brooke Talia, cum laude, honors program, Departmental Honors in Communication Studies. John Michael McDonald, cum laude. Carly Christine Nashifulu. Sarah Elizabeth Peterson. Sheila Mong May. Cole Anderson Stagel. Anthony Polisori, cum laude. Vanessa D. Amanur. Monica Lynn Deary. Emily Delmarie Warpula. Bridget Ann Adela Henry, cum laude, honors, Departmental Honors in Theater. Victoria Margareta Lindstrom. Andrew James Clyden, cum laude, honors program. Emily Nadine Rolson, summa cum laude, Departmental Honors in Theater. William Joseph Brookshaw, cum laude. Robert James Wong Cervenka, honors program. Luke William Chin, honors program. Stephen C. Piet. Bryce Allen Pruzinski. Sean William Jordan, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Andrew Dylan Norgard, cum laude. Robert Dennis Matilla, cum laude. Samuel John Horvath. Julian Yiegel Kritz, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Political Science. Gabriel John Stumi. Trawain R. Flatgard. Cole Carter Hendrickson. Joseph Parker Foley. Catherine Ann Berger. Emily A. Keeler. Andrew Thomas Jelmig. Drew Mitchell Kervita. Bjorn Frederick Melander, magna cum laude. Nolan Matthew Meyer. Andrew William Allen, cum laude. Lucas Robert Hendrickson, cum laude. Thomas John Kuhn. Akliu Dimora. Obsa Ahmed Amin. Muna Mohammed. Murhawi H. Temnuo. Aaron Wiley. Samuel Connor. Patrick Hager. Tedros Kifle. Nahom Girmay. Hussein Umar Abdullahi. Rourke Frederick Langer. Connor Scott Sullivan. Tom Worth. Nicholas Logan. Vincent Edward Clark. Nathaniel Barnwell Hargreaves. Jana Lynn Lacona. Hannah Jean Hansen. Lindsay Taylor Lacause. Kai Taylor Mason. Caleb Thomas Barthel. Liban Elmi. Ahmed Abdi Nur. Wilson Abayo Musabimana. Daniel Allen Coe. Mary May Cornelius, summa cum laude honors program. Mohammed Abdi Karim Mohammed. Luke Erickson. Ali Salmanpour. James Michael Elkire. Tabitha Lynn Rowe. Kaylee Marie Flynn. Rosa Chu Ham. Shayna Beth Swanson. Kenneth D. Johnson. Andrew Boyum. Marcus Daniel J. Singh. Paulina T. Vo, cum laude. Lulav Arno, magna cum laude. Nancy P. Giddings. Keisha Barnard, summa cum laude, honors program, departmental honors in sociology. Karina Hennis. Jantisha McKinney Harney. Eleanor Doyle Barr. Jackson Lowell Greer. Darius Sean Gray. Jacob Alexander Albright. Sean Donald O'Toole. Samantha Ranelli. Alyssa L. Henderson. Saul E. Tron. Cole Bernadette Williams. Luis J. Mora Perez. Sagal Ali. Ayan Cairo. Kira Shante Johnson. Fatia Robe. Amina Mohammed Iman, summa cum laude. Aisha M. Mohammed, magna cum laude. Hothan Mohammed. Tu Ha Ti Wen, magna cum laude. Ariana L. Flowers. Joanna Goggins. Casey Ann Elfson. Sarah Bridwell. Tabor Marie Jorns. Lauren Deanna Coleman. Sienna Elizabeth Schuth. Mary Kirkdorfer, cum laude. Erin Morrissey Hammerly, cum laude. Hannah C. Beck, summa cum laude. Katrina Marie Lemoyne. Melody Ruth Cahoon. Laurel Anna Roloff. Janice Dickinson. Ellen Mary Cunningham. Tristan Taylor Gavin. Lisa Renee Clark. Leah Renee Sautel, summa cum laude. Haley May Lance, cum laude. Rochelle K. Adrian, summa cum laude. Meredith Ann Main. Sophia Christine Bauer, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Music. Jamie Marie Kadolf, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Music. Catherine Joy Block, summa cum laude, Departmental Honors Program, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Devin Linnea Johnston. Juan Carlos Tigre Lazo, summa cum laude. Hector Armando Camarina. Sadie Suzanne Tetrick, cum laude. Joshua Philip Munson, Honors Program. Brendan Joseph Smith, cum laude. David Andrew Philman, cum laude. Kelsey Amanda Burkholtz. Michaela Chanel Ferraro. Elise Ann Hitchings, summa cum laude, Honors Program. Jonathan Peter Nyland, Honors Program. Joseph Bergman Farley, summa cum laude, Honors Program. Gabby Bliss. Casey Alexa Adams. Dominic Knock Wynn. Damaris I. Santiago Ojeda, magna cum laude. Christopher Patrick Cox. Rebecca Fries, cum laude, Honors Program. Cum laude, Departmental Honors in Mathematics. Samuel Foy, cum laude. Charles Grant Leslie. Andres J. Bibelnick, summa cum laude. Nicholas Lenertz. Kayla Marie Waschenberger. Kane Valtierrez Gayton, magna cum laude, Honors Program. Ficarisa Lose Gebar Bayane, summa cum laude. Terrence Hill. Abigail Marie Luger. Erica Rose Allen, magna cum laude. Kayla Renee Feckman, magna cum laude. Marie Shannon Fitzgerald, magna cum laude. Jessica Ann Lilquist, summa cum laude. Lakin Bauer. Chelsea J. Peterson, cum laude. Bridget Kopp. Justin Wathanaphone. Andrew Dak Hong. Rachel Erickson. Jonah John Halverson. Joseph Gregory Francis III. Eric Zhang. Samuel Onwu Mode. Brittany Maria Fabrello. Haley Madison. Nicholas Newman Powell, magna cum laude. Ashley Johnson. Kelsey K. Merck, cum laude. Brandy Lynn Ledoux. Alyssa Cheyenne Kashiwadam. Jeffrey Paul Severson. Elise Hinterleiter, Departmental Honors in Math. Sari Atchison Olsen, magna cum laude. August Rosentretter Bangert, Honors Program. Preston Krenz. Lucy Adele Krivanek. Tatiana K. Kindy, summa cum laude, Honors Program, Departmental Honors in Art History. Joseph F. Kemp, cum laude, Honors Program. Benjamin Kirkenbach, summa cum laude, Honors Program. Bram Moritz Osterle, Honors Program. Neoblite Harper. Tori Lee Williams. Kamari George. Julietta Marie Benson. Nathaniel Tung. Connor Thomas Fraley. Bruce Elliott Clark, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Paley Berlin, cum laude. Joseph M. Erickson, magna cum laude. Jacob Dwayne Kraft, summa cum laude, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Nabila Jacqueline Ganem. Catherine Elizabeth Barr, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors Program. David Andrew Gersten, cum laude. Gao Vang. Carla Guadalupe Arredondo Payan. James Perrine Jr. Amy Lynn Thayer. John David West, summa cum laude. Lationa M. Washington. Monica Keate Rojas.
Sorry.
Reyes Francisco Romero. Nancy Ortega, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Social Work. Nancy Lee. Lee Her. Sang Vu. Ellen Zhang. Emily Louise Kay. Ray Weiss Flint III, cum laude. Alexandra Nicole Brown, cum laude. Genevieve Colette Ziegler. Philantha Pa Chia Lee. Zachary Alex Erdman. Ryan John Gilmer. Andrew Douglas Julkowski, cum laude. Ryan Michael Ganya. Brett A. Rasmussen. Brandon Thomas Little. Steele Krause. Shelby White, summa cum laude. Nathan Blake Rue. Tyler James Sanford, cum laude. Chelsea Kriego. Caitlin Rose Christofferson, cum laude. Mandy Wynn. Jenna Lynn Orth, magna cum laude. Megan Christine Berglund. Ashley Ann Anfinson. Brenna Sean Nakonechny. Sarah Ann Buckner. Claire Lynn Cripps, cum laude. Tyler David Ellefson, magna cum laude honors program. Ryan Nichols, departmental honors in English. Michael Dean Torreson, cum laude. Tyler Thomas Mullen. Tony Castro. Morgan Eileen Bielke. Leah Joy DeShepper, magna cum laude. Lisa Marie Fernandez, summa cum laude. Amanda Lee Ice, honors program. Alexandra C. Masig. Michael John Bush. Derek Edward Ruff. Jesse Remington Reneke. Jocelyn Nicole Sudduth. Jamil Lee Toney. Destiny Renee Scott. Raina Dijonay Lindsay Grace. Catherine Marie Lacey, cum laude. L'Oreal Janice Edwards, cum laude. Catherine Marie Consuelo Koenig. Marie Yuma, cum laude. Chua Vang. Gabrielle Angelo Gretz. Maciel Caridad Aquino. B. Vang. Duina Vanessa Armenta Hernandez. Please join me in congratulating the graduates.
Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees please stand? By virtue of the authority entrusted in me by the faculty and Board of Regents of Augsburg College, and upon nomination by the faculty, I confer upon you who have completed the requirements the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Music, or Bachelor of Science with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto, and I welcome you to the proud company of Augsburg graduates, people throughout the world who live out the deep links between education and faith and service to neighbor. Congratulations. And now, please join me in welcoming Dr. Paul Mueller, Augsburg class of 1984 and chair of the Augsburg Board of Regents, who will greet you as the newest Augie alumni.
So it was 32 years ago that I walked this stage, and I remember the excitement that you have as well. Congratulations. It's a pleasure to join you on this occasion and congratulate you on your accomplishments and officially welcome you to the Augsburg College Alumni Association, your connection to your alma mater. You are now part of a network of more than 25,000 alumni across the planet. The portfolios you have on your chairs are a gift from the Alumni Association. Inside, you will find information on upcoming events and on ways you can remain connected and involved in this great college. Personally, I value the opportunity to serve Augsburg, particularly recently as the chair of the Board of Regents, and I'll be forever grateful to the experiences that I had here, my fellow students, the faculty, the coaches, the staff members, all of whom had a profound influence on me. Remember, your commitment to Augsburg does not end at this ceremony. Likewise, our commitment to you continues long after graduation. Again, congratulations and welcome to the proud ranks of Augsburg College alumni.
And now, as our commencement exercises come to a close, I offer this charge to our graduates, the Augsburg College class of 2016. May you always be good learners, sharing your education and intellectual curiosity with a world that so needs your insight and understanding, your commitment to lifelong learning, and your willingness to take risks in service to the human estate. May you always be good citizens, individuals who join together with fellow travelers on the road of democracy to create a more just and humane world, and who follow in the footsteps of our thousands of graduates of this college dedicated to making a difference in the world. And above all, may you always be good and faithful people, people who recognize that the many gifts you have been given, gifts of education and friendship and opportunity, demand of you the role of the good steward in the world, taking good care of all that has been entrusted to us. Congratulations, keep in touch, keep the faith. We're all immensely proud of you and will watch as great anticipation as you commence your lives in the world as graduates of Augsburg College. Congratulations.
Congratulations to each of today's graduates. Graduates, if you have not already done so, please now move the tassel on the mortarboard from the right to the left. This symbolizes not only your accomplishment at Augsburg, but your readiness for the challenges that lie ahead. We're so very proud of you, and we know you will continue to make a difference in the world to meet the world's needs wherever life takes you. Graduates, I now invite you to take a moment to thank with your applause all those faculty, staff, friends, and family who have supported you and contributed to your success at Augsburg. Thank you. Augsburg College is located on land originally inhabited by people of the Dakota and Anishinaabe nations. In recognition of that past and in recognition of all the indigenous people across North America, the college includes an honor song in our commencement ceremonies. The honor song will be performed by Redbone, a local American Indian drum group comprised of singers from the Ojibwe, Lakota, and Ho-Chunk nations. They are a group of professionals who came together as singers, role models, and mentors to improve conditions for youth in the Twin Cities urban American Indian community. The honor song recognizes and honors all of today's graduates of Augsburg College. I invite you to stand as you are able for the honor song.
Please remain standing as you are able, and a deep and hearty thanks to you, members of Redbone, for your work in our communities and for joining us today. Let's show them our thankfulness once again. We ask that members of the audience please remain in your places until the platform party, regents, faculty, and graduates have left the auditorium. As noted in your programs, our academic departments and various programs will host receptions following the ceremony. Please take note of the locations in your programs. This morning's benediction comes from the Serenity Prayer, practiced globally in recovery programs and 12-step programs. Please receive the benediction. God grant you the serenity to accept the things you cannot change, the courage to change the things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And as you go and be neighbor, God go above you to watch over you, below you to uplift you, beside you to befriend you, behind you to encourage you, and before you to lead you on as Augies. Amen.
Thank you.